Bel-Air, right. It's my review for the first three episodes. I like the show. I don't love it. It's not like super duper spectacular amazing. But I like, for the most part, all of the characters. There's one particular thing that I dislike, and I'll get to that. But first, let me talk about the positives. Will. Um, this show is teaching me through Will being, because it's all the way serious, it doesn't pull its punches. I might spoil something. But the character of Will, first off, you see that he's like a hothead teenager. That, oh, I understand why, in all seriousness, someone from his environment acting the way, getting into the trouble that he got into, would move to Bel-Air, would move to California. Same thing where Colton. This is why I mean, maybe I'm getting to the flaws a bit too soon. I like Colton, believe it or not. Don't be misled. I actually think it makes sense that he seems like a pretentious d bag. But there's something that I dislike about his character. You know what? I couldn't stop myself from getting into it, so I'll go straight into it. There's a scene where, I'll put it this way: you're very aware that, oh, they're writing this character to be the kind of black guy who does certain things around people who are not, or who tolerate certain things around people who are not black. And fair enough, I don't even having arguments with people who are black about the thing that he does, or I would argue there's an act he does in the show, or something he tolerates, that really pees me off. I don't mind having a debate with black people over that kind of behavior either, but it rubbed me the wrong way. And to me, it made it clear that the people who write this show don't completely understand Colton. I think in many other ways they do, but I'm still not completely sure what they're doing with him, what the end goal is. Because there's one scene in, I think, the second episode. There's like, oh, that shit rubbed me the wrong way, and it involves Colton and something that him and his friends do. I just can't say what it is. Yeah, but made me think about how people must have internalized that stereotype with the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show, that Colton is just the coon stereotype, the Uncle Tom stereotype. When to me, he was 2000s Kanye, before 2000s Kanye. He likes wearing polo tees, he dresses a certain way. Like, he's not trying to quote unquote be black, he just is black, which is a famous quote that Colton says. I'm paraphrasing. But in this show, I feel like they did something that shows how much they don't understand him, and probably how much, whether it's black men writing this show or not, or black people writing the show or not, it shows that there's a lot more people who still to this day have this idea that any black man who doesn't fit a certain perception of what a black man is supposed to be is a coon. And you can tell that because of a certain scene they did with Cotton in this show, which, if you know, you know. But outside of that, I don't mind what they do with Cotton. I actually like him, Hillary, Will to an extent. They are the most interesting people in this show to me so far. Let's talk about Hillary. I really like Hillary a lot. Like, I don't know what they did. Like, obviously Hillary in the OG show is just like she's the black female version of like the stereotypical valley girl. Like, oh my gosh, this that. Let me take a selfie. You know, those kind of people. That's a terrible accent. I'm so sorry. The cringe. Um, she seems like so much more. She's about business. She is like, yes, she's all about stuff that you can argue is vapid, but it feels like it's with a purpose. And yeah, I reckon they did a really good job modernizing what, in my opinion, what a Hillary could look like. But actually, I don't know. It just seems I can't put my finger on it. She seems like better. It's not. You could still do a modern day Hillary from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and make it seem like make her seem unlikable. So she seems so much more likable to me, and it just gets better and better for her with each episode, in my opinion. Yeah, I really like what they do with her character. Now let's talk about Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil, mm, I feel like I still need more time to like acclimate myself to the character. A lot of the show is just expectations that I can't help having based on the show versus what the people are like here. I admit that, but if you don't like that, fair enough. But yeah, I'm gonna judge it based on what I would perceive Uncle Phil to be like, whether he's serious or not. And yeah, I feel like I need a couple more episodes, a couple more quiet scenes. Like to me, it's just I don't know, something hasn't quite grabbed me yet about his character. But I do like the actor who's playing him. I do like the certain scenes where him and Jeffrey. I love Jeffrey, by the way. Jeffrey got swag. He's the guy. I love Jeffrey in this show. He is the guy. And I barely seen him, by the way. But when I do see him, just can tell he's swaggy as heck. I love that they're putting respect on the yeah. He's the swaggy black Brit, and obviously because it's politically correct, so they can't make him a butler. Like black people only black people. Fuck. So they called him a house manager, which is in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. So I like Jeffrey. Uncle Phil is still. I feel like I still need a few more episodes. I don't know how many episodes there are this season. If this is like a mini series, only 6 episodes, yeah. Um, I then I may end up not liking Uncle Phil. But it's not because I dislike him or I feel any like hate for him, like I do with certain things they did with Cousin's character. But it's just because I feel like I haven't gotten enough feeling with him to really resonate with me. But yeah, I like that actor. I'm used to it now. At first I was like, it doesn't completely make sense. Say what you want about Fat Uncle Phil in the OG show, but it doesn't completely make sense to me. Someone as high powered as he is, career driven as he is, as well as a family man, got 3 kids, a fat house. Fair enough, Jeffrey takes care of the house duties. Um, got a wife. Yeah, boy, your CrossFit trainer is about that life. You must be doing squats like in between briefings. Like I work in the legal field. I see solicitors. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's like a career that attracts slouches. No, not by no means. I'm just thinking about the type of dude who's like a top guy in the legal profession, and you're built like 2022, like Tay Diggs was. It, you know? Do you know what I mean? Oh, still is. I don't know. I don't think he's um become unhealthy now that he's older. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like he's that physically fit dude, and it's a bit jarring. I'll be honest with you. 'Cause if this is a show that's trying to be a bit more serious, why wouldn't you have a guy to represent? Why wouldn't you have a guy who's a bit slovenly, a bit yeah, round around the edges, like the dad from Blackish. You know what I mean? You could still do serious with. I think his name's Anthony Anderson, the guy who plays the dad in Blackish. If I'm wrong, just correct me. That actor, from what I've seen in Blackish, could still do serious, but and be that guy who represents kind of what I would imagine like a someone who works a lot, sits at a desk a lot, has meetings and all that stuff to be. It doesn't mean that he's super unhealthy or like a big pot belly. No, it just means yeah. I'm suspicious if man's that physically. That's just me. I don't know. I've put too much, like I said, onto the OG characters and James Avery, who of course is the Don, R.I.P. But yeah, Uncle Phil is just yeah, it's still a bit jarring to me looking at him, as well as I haven't completely connected to him. Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv is a little bit the same thing with Uncle Phil, but the difference is that she feels more like a nothing burger to me. Like when I'll give an example. The scenes where she's trying to connect with Will, where she's talking to the kids. The most I've connected with her is like moments where yeah she's talking to Will, moments where she's interacting about Will, sorry, with Uncle Phil. There's a great scene actually, a great scene. I want to say episode 3. Yeah, episode 3 with her and Uncle Phil. Um, Something's happened um to Will, and they're talking to someone about it. And yeah, I connected with her like, oh yeah, she's being the protective mom type. Fair enough. That's where I'm connecting with her. Um, and that's basically it as far as my impressions of the show. I love the house looks fire. Um, I like certain issues they're addressing. Like if you Uncle Phil, for example, if you're someone who is trying to be in this life where you live in this mansion or you're having this kind of black millionaire looking Tony Stark looking house, and then at the same time you're trying to show that oh no, I'm down with the people, I'm down with the community. Like does those two necessarily fit into one puzzle piece? I like that they're acknowledging that stuff that they probably wouldn't in the show. I like that they're also acknowledging the buffoonery of someone moving across the country to get away from criminality and all that stuff. And like the buffoon you are, not getting rid of all ties connected to that life in case, any blowback happens to splash on you. And I'll say that without, in case I spoil anything, without getting into any explicit references. Yeah, it's just buffoonery. There's a buffoon in the show. Buffoonery. Ashley, lastly, they disrespected her. They made her a nothing burger. I don't like. It feels Hillary's relationship with Will feels the way I felt in the original show with Will and Ashley. Ashley was the one that easily connected with Will, and it felt like they were brother and sister. And then Hillary and Carlton gradually, but even then, there was still a distance compared to Ashley and Will. It feels like Hillary and Will are the Ashley and Will of this new reboot of Bel-Air. I like that for Hillary. I like how much I like Hillary. Hillary seems so likable, but Ashley is just a nothing burger. And also, this is just me. Goddamn, like they pulled the Aunt Viv on Ashley. You made her light skin. You ain't shit. I'm joking. I don't support colorism on this channel. I love all my black women. I love all black people. Um, They did pull it on Viv though, low key. They did. They far. You replaced her with a light skin girl. I see you. Far. Those are my those are my thoughts. Minus the last part. Yeah, full getting cancelled. But minus the last part. Those are all my thoughts on the series. I like it. I don't love it. The storytelling is good. The writing's good. It's just that nothing hasn't completely wowed me outside of certain things, and I hate a certain thing that they did to Carlton. I hate that so much. You guys tell me down below your thoughts. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, would you watch it? Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Don't be shy. Other than that, I was signing off. Salute.